Konnichiwa! So I watch a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of video essays, and mostly just people talking about anime and stuff. I realized recently that I don't really watch videos if it's a girl narrating, and I'll only watch the guys if I like their voice. Does that make me gay? Nah. Anyways, let's get into it. I remember as a kid, whenever I'd watch stuff like Pokemon or Naruto, I'd always think, dude, if I was in this world, I would train so hard and just become the strongest, because it must be fun to shoot fireballs and train like a ninja. So why don't these characters that are sorry as hell, I'm looking at you, just train and become stronger? It never really made sense to me, right? And that would always bug me as a kid. But I was thinking recently, picture another planet, right? Where all the life forms are just like us, but they're just like blobs, right? That can't really move that well. They can just slide around, kind of like your mother. Now imagine them looking at us through a TV show, right? They're watching us do sports and all types of athletics, right? So picture yourself, you're a blob and you're watching a show about, instead of being ninjas like Naruto, it's just a guy playing soccer, right? If you're this blob, you're gonna be thinking the same thing that I think when I watch these shows. Dude, if I could run around and kick a ball like that, I would just do that every day until I was the best in the world. That's not how it works. See, kids, all you need is a little bit of perspective, okay? You could have been the greatest NBA star to ever grace the earth, but you're too used to the fact that we can run around and jump and shit. When you really think about it, being athletic and movement is actually insane, right? We all kind of just learn it when we're babies, so it's normal to us. But think about it for a second. Walking is actually just balanced falling, right? Hold up, let me kill this guy first. Check me out. You ready? You ready? Yeah, walking is just controlled falling. You're falling and then you catch yourself with a leg, and then you start falling again and you catch yourself with the other leg. Is that not insane? Don't even get me started about running and then jumping and jumping from side to side and jumping diagonally. And don't even get me started about LeBron James or fucking Simone Biles. Those are Dragon Ball Z characters. All right, watch this. What? I was in class today, right? And I was talking to this new guy that I was sitting beside, right? And we didn't know each other. So he added me on Instagram. And obviously, like I've been talking about, I deleted all my social media. So I was really thinking like, maybe I'm gonna need Instagram for school and stuff just to communicate with my classmates. So I re-download it, right? And while I'm sitting in class, he follows me and I click the explore page. Brother, looking at this explore page actually short-circuited my brain. Dude, I just sat there looking at this thing in complete awe and just disrepair. I didn't know what to think. I felt like a little caveman if you just spawned him in the middle of Times Square. I was dumbfounded. Just so much going on. I guess because I was so used to it, I never noticed. After having not looked at something like that for so long, I guess it really just gave me some perspective, and it kind of scared the shit out of me. There was fucking 60 photos in front of me. Every other photo, there's like a reel playing. So it's just 60 photos and like 4 videos, and I'm just looking at this screen. I almost started drooling. Like, it genuinely fried my brain. Genuinely, my CPU started smoking. Like, my brain actually overheated. Starting to feel like a little Mormon kid. Like, I just sat in school and read a book for like 3 hours today. Who does that? How do I plant?
No, don't pull. No.
I always wonder what I really look like to other people, right? I usually try not to think about it because it kind of scares me, but every once in a while, I'll be looking at someone and kind of wonder how people perceive me. I mean, obviously we have pictures and stuff, but I've learned those are completely unreliable, because in one picture I'll look like a supermodel, and then in the next I look like I watched Dragon Ball. I wish like a wizard would just show up and kind of just put me in the body of another person so I could just watch myself live my daily life. I really want to know what I'm like. Honestly, if I had to guess, it would just be super chill, nonchalant, and charming. But you never know with these things. See how I'm doing this game. Oh, now watch what happens when I lock in. I don't even need shield. You ready? Anyways, now that I don't really have anything to distract myself as much, little things kind of stimulate me a lot more. And I was thinking this a couple months ago when I was knee deep in social media and all that stuff. I remember I went to this orchestra, right? And it was basically just 4 people on a stage and they were playing their instruments, right? So they were playing all their songs and I was sitting there looking at it, and I kind of just thought to myself, imagine if I was like a little Victorian child that had never seen anything but like farm fields and dying people, right? Imagine how magical this would feel. And obviously I enjoyed it nonetheless, but I feel like with how much stimuli that I have, how much stimuli I have in my daily life, it kind of dulls things like that. You know, smaller, more beautiful moments that could be so much more, but they can't really compete with Joe Rogan talking about gorillas with Subway Surfers on the bottom, you know? That just hits so many spots in your brain, it's like crack cocaine. So when I'm sitting there and it's just 4 people playing their instruments and it's just a song and there's no words and there's no visuals, although I did enjoy it, I just felt like if my brain wasn't so used to seeing so many things, it would have been the most mind-blowing experience ever. Back to the caveman analogy. If you put a caveman in that audience to watch that orchestra, he would have genuinely thought that he reached heaven. I honestly just don't think our brains are wired to see as much as we do. If you were a little boy back in the Middle Ages and you saw a blacksmith make a really cool sword, boom, that's the rest of your life. You're gonna be a blacksmith. Every second of every day, we're seeing 100 different things. We don't know what to do with ourselves. The world used to be so small for us, and we are just monkeys, so it should be. I think the fact that the world is so big and we see everything now is really just fucking us up. But let me stop preaching and show y'all how good I am at this game. You ready? Look at this shit.